Howdy, and welcome to the Newsroom Num Nums. I'm your anchor, Carl Jones, and this is my co-anchor, Drew Lotzmeiser, and we're here to give you news.
Good news.
Good morning, or night, or afternoon. Here on the Newsroom Num Nums, we give you news anytime, whenever you need it, because we care about you. We also like to taste different things. Drew, what is getting served up tonight?
Thank you, Carl. First up, an impromptu demolition derby.
Ooh, yummy.
Weed that's dangerous.
No such thing. No such thing.
And our first story of the night, a chocolatey surprise gone wrong.
How can a chocolate surprise go wrong?
Too much sugar.
You gotta watch out. It's a silent killer.
So, our first story of the night, creator of Willy Wonka themed experience apologizes for failed event. It looked good on paper.
Well, doesn't all ideas? You know how many ideas we've had gone wrong? Because on paper, it seems solid.
Right.
All of them.
Yeah, most of them I thought up. So, the man behind a failed Willy Wonka themed experience in Glasgow, Scotland that went viral late last month has apologized.
Oh, for what?
So, he made an experience, a Willy Wonka experience, in a factory to try and copy the movie, the Willy Wonka chocolate factory.
Yeah, kind of like the Pittsburgh Museum did with Titanic.
Right.
Gotcha. You walk through, they got little Titanic stuff all over. It's done real nice. You feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But his vision and the process totally didn't give a good success.
Well, okay. Well, what was he trying to sell? Does he have pictures or...
Yes, he does. So the police were called to this factory in Scotland when unhappy guests and their children, there were a lot of children.
Always children.
Well, obviously, I mean, it's a chocolate factory.
And you're giving out candy.
Right.
Yeah.
So this gentleman put flyers up online and sold tickets to have
creepy.
a kind of a tour.
Yeah. Come walk through my factory.
But yeah, he generated a whole bunch of images with AI and made it look like this was going to be a magical diabetic wonderland.
What do some of these AI pictures look like?
We have the one up front here where it's just...
Where are we displaying it?
Down below.
Right here.
As always.
As always, down below. Look at that. So, he's overselling the idea.
Right.
Huh?
Right. So, this is the AI version of it, where, I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like a Willy Wonka wonderland.
Who sees that, though, and thinks someone can achieve that? Because that does not... It looks unrealistic.
I don't know. There's a business near us that during the holiday season makes a lot of cool things.
Nothing like that.
No, I mean...
Nowhere near like that. Nor that smooth, nor that realistic.
Yeah.
Like, even... You know, they do decorate and stuff for Christmas, and they have little robots and hamburgers, but you can't even get close. You're
Right.
behind a gate. I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of, like, different things that they do that makes it feel homey.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free. They're not trying to get you.
So this one was not free. He charged $45, and it actually turned out like this.
It looks like a concrete jungle.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that looks like? Scraped knees.
So this guy and his company rented out a building and put all these decorations in. They're so shitty decorations.
Dude.
Spent no time on it.
You pointed out earlier.
Yeah.
When that the candy cane still has snow on it.
Yeah, the one looks...
You can tell that is from Christmas. I
That one.
like, continue, because I know this story gets a little juicier.
Yeah.
It gets a little juicier. I know what you're thinking. You're sitting there, you're like, oh, I can mistake that. I could see how people could maybe go look at that, think, oh, that would be nice for the children, and buy a ticket. But just dig in a little deeper.
So you would think that even if they did like 50% of the AI image, it would look beautiful.
It would look great.
It doesn't look there.
I think people would be happy even if it was like our local store.
Right. Now, a few of the employees that were working for this company expressed their disdain for the low budget of everything. A lot of them had to make their own costumes. One lady made their own made their own Oompa Loompa costume.
Can you imagine hiring someone to go, you got to make your own uniform, and just got to, well, actually jobs do that.
Yeah.
So no different than any other job, I guess.
He also said it was immersive, and it was definitely not. I mean, you look at the gate, and the gate isn't horrible. I think that's where they put a lot of their time. But there's like wooden benches and tables off to the side.
It looks uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
The little grass mountains look like they're just there to trip the kids.
Yeah.
It's awful. It is zero effort.
He promised a day filled with laughter, joy, and irresistible allure of chocolate.
It probably was for him.
It probably was.
Maybe he thinks chocolate's little kids. Maybe it's a code word.
The employee in question here also had to do a 15-page script the night before. She was also told that her Oompa Loompa had to be a sexy version.
For kids? A sexy version of an Oompa Loompa for children.
So you figure that when you would go to a chocolate factory, much like the movies, you would get candy.
No, you would assume you're going to a factory that makes chocolate.
Yeah, not even just
they probably should have samples just so you taste it and want to buy a bar.
Right. That would be smart.
Yes, it'd be intelligent.
Children that went there received one thing.
What was that one thing?
Half a cup of lemonade.
Oh my!
No candy whatsoever.
The cheapest liquid. He's like, let's get water, packets of sugar, and some lemons.
Parents got nothing.
Nothing. Thanks for showing up.
Nothing.
Does it say how much people paid to enter?
Yeah, $45. 35 pounds or $45.
To enter a concrete jungle.
Yeah. It took a minute to walk through, says people, and some kids were crying that the atmosphere was tense.
Some kid in the corner. I can feel the tension.
So Billy Cole was the guy who orchestrated the whole thing. He's the one who set up the company.
See what I'm saying? First off, you read his name after you see his little AI images. You should never buy those tickets. I'm starting to not feel bad for some of these people.
His company is called the House of Illuminati.
Come on, it's right there.
Right.
It's right there in front of your face.
So this guy is actually a published author and has 17 books that you can buy on Amazon. Every single one of them are AI generated.
Oh my, are they selling?
I would assume so, probably after this.
Oh, AI generated books.
Yeah.
He didn't even write them.
He said it all looked good on paper.
Oh my God. Do we have a picture of the man?
Yeah.
Oh. People need to see him. Because when you see him too, it just... Anyone who just took a gander at the man would know not to buy anything from him. He kind of looks like a really bad Bill Burr.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Like a touch of downs, Bill Burr.
Oh, God.
The dude looks like a rat, doesn't he? Like, he
totally.
looks shady. He looks shady and creepy. I don't understand why anyone would buy these tickets for $45.
Now, you know that putting on big events is a thing. It's a time-sensitive thing.
Yeah.
They started promoting in mid-December of 2023. And this happened last month. They had 2 months of prep time to get this up to par.
That's how you know it was crap. 2 months they gave themselves. No wonder why he came with Christmas decorations. Those were a last minute throw-in. Someone's like, it needs more.
So he might not be getting in as much trouble as
It's not a bait.
You think he would.
It's not a bait and switch.
It totally was a bait and switch. But down at the bottom of the booking website, there's a small line in very small print that says, any resemblance to any character, fictitious or living, is purely coincidental and is no way related to the Wonka franchise, which is owned by the Warner Brother Company.
Now the Warner Brothers went in.
No, he said that it's not.
I know, but like, could you imagine? Not only did he take the people's money being all shady, but then Warner Brothers comes and takes the shady money themselves.
Yeah.
Like, we don't feel bad for the people. We just want the money.
He says we are truly devastated by the way it turned out. No, you're not. You made a whole bunch of money.
Did he give the money back?
It does not say if he gave the money back or not.
I'm assuming we'll see when there's a court date on it.
Right.
They're gonna sue him. But I wonder, how far exactly can you exaggerate something and still get away with it? I mean, when we were younger, toy commercials were the biggest, man.
Right.
It'd be like a little toy, and then they make it look sweet with all the camera actions and the little movements and the background scenes, and it would be in dirt or whatever. And then you get to toy, and it'd be boring as hell.
Right. This brings into my mind, like, when you order something off of Amazon or eBay and don't check the dimensions.
Yeah.
You get something that small.
Yeah. Or you don't actually read it, and it says like a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just get a photo of something. Oh, well.
Regardless, if you walked in to this place after spending $45, would you not be pissed?
Oh, dude, I would beat the guy up. As soon as I showed up and I saw him in a stupid little ringleader outfit and his weird teeth. Oh, dude, I would be in that guy's face. I'd be in that guy's face. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Drew. Do you know what time it is?
Sports.
Oh, it's time for sports with Francis Von Dix.
Thanks, Drew and Carl. This is Francis Von Dix. I know it's been a minute since I've been here, and I would like to let the people know it's because I've been at rehab. And as I was there, I met many amazing people who helped me with a lot of my issues with gambling, porn addiction, drugs. It really changed my life around. You know, with them and through them, I've really discovered the true maker of this world. Jesus is black. And he saved me from my issues and my problems. I'm a changed man. I'm better now. Just like a lot of these NFL teams. Of course, as you know, the only sports we care about here on the Newsroom Num Nums. Football. Russell Wilson. He's getting a second chance just like me. Back to you, Drew and Carl.
I think he really pulled himself together this time. I think he'll really make it.
$50 says he doesn't.
We'll bet on that.
Okay.
Drew,
Carl.
first off, let me see the 50. No, I'm sorry. We shouldn't bet on them like that. Let's make it 100.
Okay.
Okay.
Double or nothing.
Double or nothing. What's next on the menu?
Next, we have our local store, kind of our local story. We have a car crash building.
Ooh. A building car crash?
Yes.
A car wrecked into a building wrecked into a car.
Yes.
Ooh.
Multiple cars wrecked into multiple buildings.
Wow. Oh, I like where this is going.
Headline here reads, building on Hamilton hit by pickup while separate vehicle was on fire.
Ooh.
Now, I will say that I got this from TikTok, the most reliable news source that we have in the world today.
Yeah. 100% reliable.
I saw a video about this, about a vehicle that was on fire, and this guy parked next to it in his truck.
Okay.
So he hops in his truck and drives away really fast, and jumps the curb and slams right into a building.
How do you park beside a car on fire?
I have no idea.
How oblivious do you think this man is? I can tell you what, he's probably divorced. We're getting a video. Okay, here it is.
But the idea that it came to, the reason that I saw it and that why I would think to bring it up here is, it said that it happened in Erie, PA.
Yeah.
And Erie, PA is our local thing. Oh, here's the video. The car's on fire. He hops in his truck.
Yeah.
He drives away.
Oh my!
It gets worse.
The flames
it gets worse. The lady's freaking out.
Oh look! He doesn't even gun it. That's the funniest part.
He slams into the building.
He just slams into the building. Like, oh my! Look at. First, I have so many questions.
It's like a cash advance building.
Well, no, yeah, it's something cheap.
Yeah.
Because first off, he ran into it doing like 15, maybe.
Yeah,
and it crumbled.
The grout work was not great.
And it crumpled. And it doesn't look like the truck was damaged.
Right.
So that building just folded.
Built Fort Tough.
Yeah, not the building.
No.
I feel like if a kid kicked it too hard, that would have happened.
Probably, yeah. Dude, you could see it just collapse like it was hollow behind it.
Yeah, like there was, like the mortar's fake.
But it said that it was in Erie, Pennsylvania, which is not too far away from us.
Yeah.
And I was looking into the comments a little more just to get some more information. Turns out it is not in Erie, PA.
Liars.
And people deduce that by saying that there is not a like Steamport car wash or something you can see in the back behind the fired car. People are like, that company does not exist in Erie, and nor is there one that close to a Burger King. By the way,
somebody knows.
By the way, there's no Burger King at all in any of this video, but that's what car at Erie Burger King caught fire.
Who did this news?
I don't know. TikTok.
I feel like someone found it, stole it off the news, and just reworded it so they didn't get in trouble.
Probably, yeah. However, I did find the real story. It happened in Sioux Falls, Iowa. There was a vehicle fire and building collision just after noon. People were sent, fire crews and police were sent to Advanced America, and says that a vehicle in the business parking lot caught fire, and shortly after, a separate vehicle collided, causing $10,000 worth of damage to the building. Brick and mortar is not $10,000.
No. Well, breaking that part because they might have to jack it up, the building, and then do that without cracking the rest of it. Oh, look at that picture.
Oh, dude,
that thing's engulfed.
Dude, the fire is crazy.
What started the fire? Did they say electrical or something?
More than likely electrical.
So, when back in our college days,
but waiting for it.
Back in our college days, with my ex, she had a roommate. Right. This roommate's car was just like a lot of other people's cars during that time. Kind of shady. You know, you didn't know if it's
Yeah,
going to start.
you're a cheap college kid, of course.
Of course, you know. So cars are very iffy. The one day we get back from something, we went out to eat, I think, all three of us. She took her own car. We took our own car. We get back. She gets back. She comes out of her car saying, there's a bunch of smoke coming out of her hood. Just a crap ton of smoke, and she thinks she saw a flame. And I was like, oh, geez. I was like, did you leave the car on? And she's like, yeah. I just ran out of there. I was like, why did you leave the car on? So I go over there, and I shut the car off, take the key out, and I go...
While it's smoking?
While it's smoking, I go try to open the hood, right? See what's going on, see what's smoking. I thought maybe her belt was burning up or something, you know?
Okay.
Because, like, when I walked over there, it wasn't black smoke everywhere or nothing.
Okay.
But as soon as I lifted the hood, flames just shot out from underneath the hood. And within seconds, her car just lit straight up. Fire going nuts, right? This thing is just burning. So I get on the phone. I'm like, hey, we got to call 911. We got to get to the fire department. Now, where we were parked,
It shared
right
a
here.
city block with the fire.
It was in the same parking lot, but there was a fence. So we were just right behind it. You can see there's just a fence blocking us and them, the fire department. We call. They're like, where are you at? I'm not from the area, so I don't know the street or anything. I'm like, literally look out your back window.
Behind you.
I was like, we are behind you. There's a car on fire. Just look out the back window. You will see it. Right? Because this thing is just now black smoke and roaring at this point. Glass starts shattering out of the car because it's getting so freaking hot. Just psh, psh, psh. And I'm like, hey, you guys really got to get here, right? I hear them start up. Woo! I see their truck run, and it gets to a T.
Haunted fire department?
Yeah. Woo! I just didn't want to be too loud and blow out the mic. But it gets to a T in the road. A right would take them to us. A left takes them somewhere else. Right? They take a left. So I call them back and I go, hey, your fire truck just turned the wrong way. I literally saw them turn. So then I see it stop and have to do a big U-turn, and it comes rolling into the parking lot. And as it rolls in, their hose is dragging off the freaking ground. Just I'm like, oh my God, this isn't going to go well. You know? Half-assed. Dude, they all get off the truck. They look at it for a while, and they decide to do nothing. Just watch it burn. So they watch the car burn till it's done. They pack their stuff up, they leave, they go back, you know. And they looked at it and they said it was, the wires were chewed. So a squirrel must have got in there or something, chewed the wires, and that's what started the whole fire.
Huh.
It was crazy, dude. It was great. So I'm saying it's very noticeable when a car's like, come on, the whole hood was engulfed in flames.
Yes.
How do you just pull up so oblivious?
Dude, that's like when you curb rash something. Sometimes I just don't know.
No, curb rash, like that happens 90% of the time pulling into your drive. Because for some reason, the one curb is 40 feet high. Like, if you look at, I studied this.
My curb?
Yeah. The first one, when you have to turn in. So if you're looking down your driveway, it'd be your left one. If you look, it dips, then it goes up at the corner. Like your corner. So, like, instead of flattening out and making it easier so you can take that turn nice, since it's so big, you have to really wide that turn before you get in, or else if your tire clips that, man, boom! I'm sitting there like, why would they make, like, at least arc it down so if you hit it, it's not quite as bad. Yeah. Your other side is. The other side's all done real nice.
Maybe I should just go out there with a saw.
Grind. Like a sandpaper and just grind it into a round corner.
So this story is actually a 2-for-1. You have the car on fire in Sioux Falls, Iowa. Then we have something that needed to be local.
Yeah, a twofer.
Our local Dollar Tree was run into the front of. Right through the front doors.
Now, to be fair, this Dollar Tree's parking lot,
it's shitty.
It's very tight, and makes it's just awful to drive in.
Right. The driver may have accidentally hit the gas pedal instead of the brake, or thought the car was in reverse instead of drive.
Some old lady, huh?
The driver herself was not injured, but first responders had to cut away some debris to open the car door. The driver was later examined by EMTs and refused treatment.
Probably on some drugs.
The fire chief expected that the business will be closed for a few days. Jeez. Most of the time it's minor damage, but in this case there was glass everywhere. Damn.
Someone floored it.
Yeah.
Even if you were in reverse, you were hitting something.
Yeah.
You just floored it, dude.
That is not a good parking lot.
No. And I see people almost do that all the time because they'll park right in the front and like their sidewalk's flat.
Yeah.
So it's not even like you get a bump or something to warn you. You just run right over it. I've seen people get into their car and literally like, oh, oops, you don't have to hit the brakes and go in reverse. It's like, oh, geez, dude.
Dude, I had it happen the other day where I thought I was in reverse and I was actually still in drive and went forward an inch and went, oh, I'm in drive.
Right. Oops. Not floor it.
No.
To be fair, though, you do have a manual.
Yeah.
And it's not like some super duper sport car, so it's not going to go that quick in first gear.
Right.
How did he... Just you put it in first and thought you put it in reverse?
Yeah. I thought I was already in reverse, but I never actually put it in reverse.
But it wasn't neutral.
I leave it in first all the time.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. I'm a neutral guy.
Yeah.
Or if I park, I like to park in reverse.
Do you start in second too?
No, I start in neutral, then you put it in gear so it has time to heat up.
When you go forward, when you pull to a stop sign,
yeah,
do you go into first or do you stay in second?
I shift all the way down usually.
To first?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of people, especially a lot of older guys, who will stay in second.
Yeah. And then they want to know why their clutch gets all worn out. Why does my clutch burn up? Well, you just been, burning it.
So the last thing is the car knocked out the glass entry doors and a low brick part of the wall and adjacent windows, leaving a gaping hole in the wall about 9 feet wide and 7 feet high.
Holy crap. What was she driving? That thing, it was a missile.
Or curved or something like that.
Now, how far back, really? Maybe she wasn't parked right in front of the store. Maybe she was in the furthest parking spot and just floored it, thinking she was in reverse or something.
Speaking of 9 feet wide and 7 feet high, we have our weatherman, George Porridge.
I love the weather.
George? Thank you, Drew and CJ. As you can see, it's a beautiful day outside. And a little sun, a little wind. Great day, great day. You know what else it's a great day for? It's a great day to go get my money. Right, cameraman? Good. All right, well, back to you. You, come on. Let's go find that sportscaster. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Probably could have, but...
He's...
Just feel weird.
I don't know how these bums keep a job.
So we had a dumpster fire, a car fire. Now we have a warehouse fire.
Ooh. Is this where you said pot was dangerous?
Some pot is dangerous. Clinton Township explosions shot debris 2 miles away. Felt like a war zone, officials say.
2 miles.
2 miles away.
Holy moly.
A chemical gas warehouse caught on fire and started having explosions in a suburban Detroit building. So this was big on TikTok as well. There were a lot of videos of people that were in Detroit who were seeing big explosions going on and tanks exploding and people saying that they could, feel the shock waves and the bursts and the debris coming through and everything like that. Authorities believe that the canisters which were in the warehouse contained gas chemicals, which were later reviewed by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and they were building housing for a distributor in the vaping industry called Goo.
Now, does it say like mainly tobacco or anything, or just vapes?
So the canisters that were stored inside contained nitrous and butane.
Okay.
And people were speculating as to why they were there, and everybody kind of knows the reason. Butane can actually be used on your vitamins
Yeah.
to derive the oil from it to make it easier.
Gotcha.
So you get, what is it, resin?
Yeah. Well,
Wax.
I mean,
You
wax.
get wax.
You would get wax. Yeah.
Yeah. Also stored in the facility were 100,000 vape pens.
Woo! What state was this again?
Detroit, Michigan.
So pot's legal.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, pot's legal there. So makes sense. A big factory. This is going to be the problem. Like I said, it's gonna. First off, it's gonna get legalized in most places. It already is.
Yeah.
But by the time it does get legalized, eventually they're gonna have to have standards on a lot of this, which they don't yet.
Right.
But this is gonna cause a lot.
Township officials say that the business was not permitted to have those materials, and as of a inspection in 2022, did not show this amount of material.
So they knew they were doing dirty things. Oh, these people, man.
A truckload of butane canisters arrived within the past week of the building, and more than half of the stock was still on site when the fire began.
I think when I first heard this, and
Yeah.
you were telling me this, I think they weren't selling what they thought they were going to sell because there's so many people selling it. And not just that, but when they legalize this stuff, people can grow their own now.
Yeah.
And the plant, even though the vitamin plant isn't, it will change on how people do grow it, but it's a strong plant. I mean, like, you get to throw it out in the woods and it will still grow. You're not going to get the best harvest, but you're going to get something.
Confirmed it is legal in Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, I know because there's vitamin stores. And I know that like in New York, when they legalized the vitamin, they also allowed, I think it's 10 plants or 6 plants per person in house that you're allowed to grow. So that's going to lead to, like, trust me, that will lead to eventually you needing a license to grow it, just like tobacco or anything else to sell it.
Right.
You're going to need a license, which makes sense. You see what happens. But then what's going to happen is store vitamins is going to be so much that people are still going to go to the streets to buy their vitamins.
Yeah. So here's a video showing all these things going off, and this was from miles away. Giant fire, explosions. It sounded like a war zone, they said.
Well, the lithium batteries. So, talking about fires. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Look at all that. So, the lithium batteries. You know, doing my other job besides the news. Sometimes I get the pleasure of cutting some firemen.
Okay.
Okay, and almost everyone I talk to, they don't like electric cars because of lithium battery. They're like, once that thing starts burning, there's nothing we can do to put it out.
Right, it burns so hot that the water doesn't do anything.
Right, water won't do anything. The chemical they have won't do anything. So like all the little lithium-ion batteries too, in every one of those vapes.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they're small, but when you add however much product they had together, dude, they weren't putting that fire out.
Right.
There's nothing you can do.
Another part of the article says all of those vape pens turned to missiles. They were just shooting out.
I could see that because the lithium just blowing up.
Yep.
Oof.
So there was actually a death that occurred and an injury. Surprisingly, that big of an explosion, that big of a fire.
Only one death.
Just one death.
Oh, my.
The one death was a man who was watching the fire, and a canister struck him after traveling a quarter of a mile from the building.
Jeez. A quarter of a mile.
Quarter of a mile.
I wish we had something to show them to really get picture in your mind how far that is.
Right.
Like, oh, man. For an explosion to send something that far and it's not built to be a projectile, that's a lot of force.
Right.
Could you imagine having to explain to your neighbor, like, oh yeah, Frank died because a random vape came out of the sky and went through his eye or something?
5 football fields,
5?
including end zones. That's how far away he was. He got it.
Oh.
That is a safe distance, and it inevitably wasn't safe.
5 football fields.
5 football fields away, he got it.
Oh. And it's with enough force it hurt him.
Yeah. Thing was cooking.
That thing was flying, dude.
It
was breaking the sound barrier.
Right. The injury was believed to be from a glass that exploded from a car windshield after one of the canisters hit it.
Oh,
and that was a firefighter that was hurt in that. Everything is out, though, so
that's good.
No danger.
But poor Detroit, dude.
Right.
Poor Detroit. They get every bad thing. I mean, I've been in Detroit. It's not the greatest. Sorry. But what did they do? Did they sign a deal with the devil?
Oh, they had to have. Now they're getting the raw end of it.
Yeah.
You get to the playoffs and you get fucked.
Like, not just that. I'm assuming they signed it so they became the starter of like all the cars, right? That's how they got all that business.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when they signed it, and now they're paying. Their water's bad. They got vape places blowing up, carrying extra butane, probably for insurance. I still think it's for insurance. It seems kind of weird and shady. Why would you want to... You know storing all that could blow up all your inventory. So why would you put more inventory in there?
I don't know. Dude, I think they were using it to get wax.
I mean, we'll see. There's going to be court over this. They're going to owe damages.
Right.
Well, buildings probably got hit.
A death.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. That poor security guard sitting there playing his Pokemon or something, enjoying his job, you know. Boom, 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 boom.
What the fuck?
Oh, you got something else pulled up?
No, this is that same one.
No, okay.
There were not even any marijuana dispensaries in the township.
Oh my. It was probably cheaper to buy something all the way wherever they bought it.
Probably.
And then just ship it to themselves. Probably own a couple trucks. Yeah, night guard. Well, he's probably complaining before going in that day. I feel bad. Bad for his family, bad for him, but he's probably like, oh, this job, man, nothing ever happens.
And then all of a sudden everything shook the floor.
Right. It happened so quick, he probably didn't feel nothing.
Oh, no, I'm sure the security guard went, fuck that, man.
He died.
No, that wasn't the security guard wasn't the guy that died.
Who died?
It was a 19-year-old who was just watching the fire.
Oh, poor kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
A whole bunch of houses around the area lost power from the shockwaves.
Did your electric flicker today?
No.
Okay. Ours did at the shop. A big power lossage, and then flicked right back on, but it's like boom, 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 boom.
Huh.
19-year-old kid. When there's a fire, stand way back. You don't want to be the guy in front who you think, like, I know what he's thinking. I'm sweet. I'll watch this. No harm. Rock in the face.
These are some of the canisters that were found outside that had exploded and shot all the way. Littered the area with them.
Look how deep they are.
Yeah.
That's a good 4 inches deep wherever it landed.
Yep.
In solid ground. Well, I don't know how solid it is. But I know no one's poking it to loosen up the dirt either. Because I was in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So, dude, that would take your head clean off.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have nothing left.
Right. I mean, how do you even expect firefighters to get close to that?
You don't.
Yeah.
If anything, you need to evacuate everybody around it.
Everybody around it.
That would have probably been a better idea. Like, hey, everyone leave. Don't be close and leave. I just 19 years old.
Yep.
Think about all the dumb stuff we did when we were young and we got away with it.
I never sat there and watched the giant explosion, though.
No, you're right. We would have lit and ran.
I made napalm.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. The way you...
If the government comes asking, I didn't do that.
You know how many people I've seen start fires in a very, very cringy way almost?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, something bad's going to happen.
I've siphoned gasoline out of a vehicle to start a fire.
I know, and you almost choked everybody out. Why is it burning black? You're a Boy Scout. You should have known better.
It was just my idea, and I was there, but I wasn't actually the one that put the flame to it.
Yeah, but it was your idea.
Yeah.
And you probably got them onto the train.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Like, they were probably all good until you were like, no, this is a great idea.
I always...
I'm a physicist.
That's how it sounded in your head?
Yeah. I'm an astrophysicist. I know what I'm saying.
I never throw that out.
Oh, he throws it out all the time.
I never
Don't let him lie to you.
If you've seen it on the podcast, let me know in the comments down below.
They see it all the time. It's in your eyes. It's your eyes that say it.
I've made a fire with beer cases before.
Yeah. Well, those
That was a rough one.
yeah, the wax.
Yeah.
You would think it's good because it's cardboard, but the wax really puts a damper on things.
Yeah.
Dude.
Pizza boxes. I had a stack of pizza boxes.
Oh,
We
no.
went through a lot of pizza in college.
Those would light
There
up.
was probably like 20 or 30 pizza boxes.
You want to start a good fire, you get little squeezer boxes.
Oh, yeah. That shit
the
burns
extra
real
grease.
bad.
Yeah, it does.
No wax on that. That's all cardboard.
No, all cardboard and greased up. It's
Yeah.
ready to be burnt.
That's your little fire starter. Roll that.
Yeah,
up.
just little squeezers. And, you know, it's good because fire starter then only costs $5 or so. And you get food.
It goes up like that, though.
Oh.
Carl, that was my last story. Unless you're super special. Do you want another one?
I think the people want another one. Drew.
Okay.
I think the people enjoyed it. We'll give them one extra one. Unprepared. This is raw. This is unprotected news.
This is a cute little story. A little cherry on top of our day here. This Pittsburgh couple's dog ate $4,000, but they got almost all of it back. Cecil is a very good boy and is owned by Clayton and Carrie Law in Pittsburgh. This is a picture of him. Beautiful puppy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what kind he is.
Me neither.
Guess?
I don't know. Because those long-haired... It's an Irish something.
Irish Wolfhound?
Maybe. No, Irish Wolfhounds are more like... their hair's stronger. So, I want to say Irish Settler, but I know that's wrong, too.
Carrie says, this dog, I swear to God, has never touched anything in his life. I used to go to Salem's and bring home a salad with lamb on it and leave it sitting out, and he would never touch it. But on Friday, Carrie heard her husband utter a thing that she could have never imagined. Cecil's eating $4,000.
Gee.
I cannot be hearing that. I almost had a heart attack, she said. Carrie and Clayton got off work gathering up all the little chewed bits off the floor, piecing together anything that they could, but it wasn't much. We realized that we were going to have to wait until he shit it out. They said expelled it, but I spiced it up for us.
Yeah. Having to dig little money parts out of dog poo and glue them together. That sounds...
Note, if you're wondering why they had $4,000 in their house, the answer is none of your business.
Well, that's suspicious.
Clayton got to work collecting Cecil's yard deposits, and he and Carrie sifted through them, picking out every tiny scrap they could find. They were at the utility sink washing the shitty money, yelling, "Yay, yes, we got one!" It smelled so bad.
Can you imagine pushing it through a grate?
They were laundering their money. Carrie and Clayton were able to recover and tape together almost all of the money they lost. The bank says this happens.
How often?
What bank are you going to?
How often are dogs eating money?
Apparently, you can stitch together a bill with enough serial numbers intact. The bank will take it back and replace it with a fresh note.
I didn't know that. And then the money probably smelled like dog shit. Walking into a bank with dog shit poo dollars.
They said we're only down $450.
That's still bad.
That's
almost
bad.
500.
Yeah. Thankfully, Cecil is fine. He only threw some up. And he's back in good graces with the owner. He's a very fancy fellow, she said. She is working on a piece of art in which he takes on a regal appearance to commemorate the experience. He just has very expensive tastes.
I hate her.
Oh, come on. That's something we would say.
She sounds like she likes her dog a little too much. He's a very good boy.
If your dog ate $20...
My first thought is to cut him open. I'm getting that 20 before it hits his digestive system.
Ipecac.
Yeah. Oh, that. Dude, 4,000? I'd be panicking like, do we kill him? Like, gee, what do we do? Do we make him throw up? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he can throw up $4,000.
I don't know. I threw up a lot of chicken wings that one day.
It counted because we didn't throw up till we got outside and smelled all the other food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we cleared.
I never threw up in the building.
Right. The rules didn't say I couldn't throw up outside.
Yeah. Fun little nice story.
It was a beautiful little
cherry
bow.
on top. Local.
Wonderful. Sifting through a bunch of poo like we had to find these news stories for you. True?
Yeah. You know how much poo is on TikTok?
A lot of poo.
A lot of poo.
And we talk
so
about
much poo.
We talk about poo all the time. We're part of the poo. We're part of the big dung pile that we call TikTok.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the poo.
Solution poo.
Poo solution.
Drew?
Yeah.
You want to tell these people what to do if they like our stuff and where else they can find us?
Yeah. We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're listening to us right now. So if you are,
Go ahead and doing that.
Get better. Watch us.
Keep watching. All of it.
We're on YouTube and Rumble at the Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you can watch us. So if you're one of those people, I love you. Thank you very much.
We love all the people that watch us and our supporters and our fans.
Yeah. And if you are,
go ahead and do that.
thought I'd trick him. We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you can stay up to date with some of the stuff that we're doing, as well as take care of our polls.
I love it. When our fans take care of my poll, or your poll,
Or my poll.
or
Most
our
of the
polls.
most of the time, they're my poll.
Most of the time, they're your poll.
Yeah.
But I love it if they take care of both our polls.
We're on YouTube, where you can do polls on there as well.
Ooh, we're getting fancy now. Polls on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can't believe they let us get away with that.
I know. X-rated.
Not safe for work.
We're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page, The Munchies. That's how you can really stay up to date in everything that we're doing, as well as start a conversation or tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, tell us
An episode idea.
Guarantee we give you a shout out if we use it.
Ooh, amen. You know what I really like?
What?
When they like, share, and subscribe.
It's a thing.
That's a good thing.
We're on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. Studio takes care of those. He does a wonderful job, and he needs those likes. He needs those shares and subscribes.
It helps me with my confidence issues and to feel productive. So just tap-a-roo a little like.
I would hate to see you with more confidence.
That's my issue. The likes hurt it.
If you want to give me more confidence, we're at Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you, if you want to be the person that gives a little bit extra, that is the way to do it.
And true. Let's see how high we can build his confidence. We'll have a confidence battle. Tip to tip.
CJ took us home.
Drew, thank you for being you and being my co-anchor. It's always fun having you around. Thank you for stopping by the Newsroom Num Nums. And as always, our little piece of advice. Always pay attention to what's going on locally, because it affects you. Be a member of your local society. Puh. Newsroom Num Nums out. And that was all your good news.
Stay classy, San Diego.